Hello, welcome back to Sayonara, Goodbye Lara, episode 3 now. Last episode was really nice. That scene where we kind of just held the camera is still like quite firmly in my mind, just how tactfully that was done and nicely that was done between Lara and Mari. But like I said, I'm really enjoying the show. On like every sort of level, audiovisually and the story. So I'm looking forward to see what kind of stuff we get up to now that we're on land, and how episodic it might feel. Because that episode definitely felt like a natural continuation of the previous one, but I'm expecting now to get sort of little different stories being told every episode now, and just maybe touching on certain things here and there with Lara and Grace, and obviously I forgot the name of the other, Lisa I think it was, and her. And notice as well, I think in the opening or in episode 1 there was this like green anglerfish that had like the dots on the side of their face. That looks to be the boy that's with her. Also someone did kindly point out that while it is certainly true that Lara would have been sheltered while she was with the prince in that first experience of life on land, it was also like 200 years ago or so. Like, so things have changed a lot. So I appreciate you pointing that out, because I did forget about that. But yeah, that last episode was really great. I'm really excited to keep watching this. I also wondered just how stylistically different we'll end up getting, whether we'll get a lot of different directors and staff working on episodes to make things look, they don't even have to look that different, because the designs are very solid and feel quite, I don't want to say inflexible, but they seem just very, I can't think of the word, but the designs just seem very in place and set. Like, it's more direction wise, we might get some more interesting things going on here and there. Not that it's not been interesting so far, but we might get different sort of takes on the story from different staff members, but we'll see. But yeah, let's just get into it. Sayonara. I don't want to keep saying Sayonara Lara because it's hard to say. Goodbye Lara, episode 3. Let's go.
私はララ、200年の時を超えて蘇った人魚姫。失った海の世界、失った家族たち、そして失った光。それを取り戻すためには本当の愛を見つけなければならない。
The OST already is just enchanting.
本当の愛を今度こそ。だから私は王子様を探そうと思うのはこの滋賀で。行ってきます。
Well, that's pretty.
私はマリ。
Okay.
ゼゼ南高校1年生。
Bit of like narration from both of them.
朝5時に起きてランニング。好きなものはペットのゴンちゃんとボクシング。お兄ちゃんと一緒に始めて、もう10年続けてる。
Wow.
誰よりも強くなりたい。
Wow.
誰にも私を。
Nice reference. Look at that cut. That was cool.
朝から精が出るな。
There's a rival.
長浜先輩。
Senpai.
公式試合で負けなし。近江の稲妻、大津マリ。
I wonder if it became more Mari focused this episode. I like seeing in the mirror at the top, that's fun.
何？お米美味しいわ。
そんな焦らんでも逃げへんよ。
よう食べるな、マリの友達。
あんた、市が一番のボクサーについていくんやから根性あるわ。
行く？
ほら、これも食べ。
これは？何これ美味しい。
She's so cute.
どうしよう。連れて帰ってしもたな。この人魚。今日は は家追っとって。夕方には戻ってくるから。
This episode is gorgeous already. Like, I know the whole show is, but there's a different the directing.
どこに行くの？学校。学校って何？
Is she gonna follow her?
何人くらい？10人、20人？600人はおるな。
Oh no.
王国の名前？アホ。もっともっと強く高く。
I love the way they draw Mari.
子供のやることなんは重々分かってます。でもこれで何回目よ。
Oh.
親なら謝る前にやることあるんちゃう？マリがお友達といっぱい喧嘩するから家ん中バームクーヘンだらけや。このままやとお母さんブクブクに太ってまうわ。
Oh, Mama's really
私
pretty.
はバームクーヘン好きやし。
お母さんはバームクーヘンより喧嘩せえへん優しい子が好きやな。
私全然悪ないし。
なあマリ、お母さんとも喧嘩や。
喧嘩？
目そらした方が負け。負けたら何でも言うこと聞く。はいスタート。はい、お母さんの勝ち。
ずるい。もういいかい？
あかん。これでマリはもう喧嘩したらあかんからな。
お母さんずるい。
目そらした方の負け。オーツ。
That was a really sweet
いつまで
flashback.
使ってんねん。
すみません。気づきませんでした。
ルールはちゃんと守って。
はい。
なんなんその目。ほんまは言いたいことありますって顔してるけど。
いや、なんなんすかそれ。
It's really interesting having Mari be like a
揉
boxer.
めてないです。
Like I just haven't seen that
2、3年と同じメニューなんて。
in this sort of show. Like, obviously, aside from the shows that focus on just that.
でもそんなん中
Yeah,
国
she's
の
no
話
joke.
長浜後輩に目くじら立てるのがキャプテンの仕事なんか
ちゃいます。
Because it's a really interesting sport slash hobby slash club to pick for her for a show like this. I don't know how much of it
願った本当の愛は王子の拒絶により叶
will
わ
be
なかった
focused on, but
お前
like
はあ
how
の時
important it
の
will
痛
be,
みや
but
恐怖を克服せねばならん。
それって。
新たな王子を探せということだ。
王子。
そうだ。人間との間に新たな愛を見つけろ。それが家族を救う唯一の方法だ。
でも。
I like the little colouring on the lips. It's very subtle.
外の世界へ出るのが。
It's really cool.
マリがいないと。
I think I mentioned it last
情け
episode.
ない。家族を救いたいのだろう。悩んでる暇などないはずだ。
I feel like she's surely gonna go to school. Like,
そうだ。マリに手伝わせればいい。あいつは
whether she actually enrolls or just turns
うまく
up.
騙してなんだってやらせてしまえば。ん？ララ？
I think maybe she's going now.
私、今のままじゃ絶対ダメだわ。早く慣れないと。この地上にもっと触れないと。この世界にもっと知らないと。人間のことを。水だわ。
オーツ、あんた後輩やろ。1年のくせに生意気やねん。
何また揉めてんのや
I feel
グロ
like
ーブをテープにせえとか
Mari's
せえへんとか。
not doing that much.
コーチ、
They might just be picking her because she's like a star or really
もうす
good.
ぐ大会やな大津長浜お前ら二人とも階級同じやな試合はどっちか一人しか出さへん、明日ガチスパするぞそこで どっちを出すか決める。
逃げんね。
逃げるわけない。
The drawings are just so good. Like, I can't get over
明
it
日が楽しみや。
sometimes.
ただい。
Oh my god.
歩いたとこは全部吹くんやで。
How did she even manage
ボン
that?
ちゃん何してんねん。見ててや。
多めに見ろ。あいつは人魚だ。
知らん。
Oh my god.
お金がいるみたいなの。それってどういうものなの
Oh
かしら。
my god.
今度はなんや。
なんでもない。この子本当にすごいのね。頼んだだけで。ほら。
Oh,
何を
let's.
や
Oh
って
my
んねん
god.
あんたは。ケーキを頼んだの。マリも好きでしょ。
I like the little stitches on her tongue. Is so cute.
私も昔地上でいただいたことがあって。お、これ変な形ね。
Is that the Baumkar hen? I'm not too sure what that is.
今は何も考
I know it's
えへん。
like a cake, I think.
相手から目をそらすな。
Oh.
お母さん、喧嘩しよう。目そらしたら何でも言うこと聞く。
やらへん。なんやの。
負け。
負けでええわ。
私ボクシングしたい。
Oh.
ボクシングやりたい。
あんた最近確かによう見てるけど急やな。ほんま？なんでそれ普通に言わへんの？
Hmm.
お母さん、喧嘩せえへん優しい子が好きって。
There's a difference.
マリー、お母さんが一番嫌いなんはな、大事な時に目そらす子や。自分の好きなことやった
That's
ら
a
え
great
え。
line.
マリー、目そらしたら負けやで。
Not being true to themselves, essentially.
堪忍な。気散らしてしもって。
Where is Mum?
あの子なんやけど、ええ加減親御さんと連
Yeah,
絡
good
さ
luck
せ
with
て。
that.
事情もなんもわからん子を置いとけへんで。話しづらいんやったらおばあちゃんから言います。
大丈夫。
ほっか。あんたは大丈夫か？最近ピリピリしとるからな。
おばあちゃん気にしすぎ。
Lots of things to think about.
試合前や
That's
から。
gorgeous, man. Getting that same like drawing of the tree.
だんだん追いつくようになってきたわ。なあ、なんでついてくんの？違うの。忘れ物してると思って。ほら、いつも大事に持ち歩いてるでしょ。何してんねん。ランニングなんかでいちいち持っていかへん。そうなの？ごめんなさい。あんた、これからどうすんの？ゴンちゃんから何言われてるか知らんけど、そんなに長くうち置いとけへんで。
This track's really fun. Very Ushio-esque. I love the little the triangle of light in the eyes. Hmm. The windows still being broken.
何してんねん。
落ち着くの。こうしてると。ごめんなさい。
待て待て。とりあえず吹き。
She's so funny,
何
man.
を怒らせた？家を追い出されるだと？何をやっている？こんなことでは本当の愛を手に入れるなど夢のまた夢だ。しかし私の力をまた借りたいというなら。
ねえ、魔女様。マリとどうやって出会ったの？
Mm.
たまたまさ。 奴が私を見つけ連れてきた。私の姿がきっと珍しかったからだろうな。
魔女様はここが気に入っているの？
まさか。こんな狭いところからは早く抜け出したいものだ。しかしマリに命令して作らせたこの水槽、暮らしづらくないでもない。
決めた。私ここを出ていくわ。
Where are you
私は
going?
魔女様とは違う。
Lara.
誰かを利用するなんてできないもの。
おい、
Just the
何を
essentials.
人に頼ってばかりじゃダメだと思ったわ。これ以上みんなに、マリに迷惑かけたくないもの。
おい、ララ。
じゃあ二人ともええな。
はい。
Love the smears. The animation is fantastic.
いける。
おい。何やその大荷物。どこ行くん？
知ってるかしら。学校っていうところ。
Oh no, is she gonna walk in while she's boxing? She absolutely is, isn't she?
かっこええな、マリー。せやろ。私かっこええやろ。
ほら、これでもっと強なるな。
Awesome.
私は誰にも負けへん。すごい。また勝ってしもた。目の前の相手だけ見えてればいい。
かっこええ姿見せてこいマ
What
リ。
happened to Mum?
いつでも一番かっこいい私でいたい。だから長浜、みんなうるさい。私の邪魔するな。
Oh. Oh, I had a match as well. And bang. Yeah. Oh.
どこ見てんねん。
リズムがいけ。うっさい。みんなうっさい。
Just the like constant pummeling. Both like in her mind and aren't in the match.
あなたたち何してるの。やめなさい。こんな殺し合いは。マリを傷つけるのは私が許さないわ。
Oh my god.
アホ、今入ってくんな。なぜマリー。何しに来たんや。ヨシアさんに買ってもらったんだけど。はい、私家を出ることにしたの。だからお世話になったマリにはお礼がしたくて。これでも何この状況。あなた嫌われてるの。
先輩、私気使ったりするの下手で、それでみんなに迷惑かけて。でもボクシングにはまっすぐかっこよく向き合っていたいんです。だからさっき私かっこ悪かったです。目そらしてすいませんでした。もう1ラウンドお願いします。
ほんま可愛げない後輩や。
続けるで。
ララ、昨日はピリピリしててごめん。私から目そらすなよ。
Wow.
の二人似たもん同士や。
She's so
二
funny.
人とも合格ってなんやねん。
Yeah, it was always like
絶
a
対私が買ってたし。
just something from the coach to get them
あなた
going.
本当に何やってるのよ。
あんたに言われたくない。
あれは何？
ボクシング。
ボクシング？
一対
ボクシング
一のスポーツ。かっこよかった。やら。
よくわからないわ。
あんた、ほんまに出ていくん？行くとこある
ないけど、
の？じゃあどうすんの？
なんとかするわ。
なんとかならんやろ。
No.
海でも陸でも生きられない人魚。ゴンちゃんがそう言ってた。 それってどういう意味？
本当はまだ怖いの。人間にまた醜いって思われるのが。でも私決めたの。この陸で生きていくって。
わかった。なんとかしたるわ。
Sees that sort of determination
なん
that
とかなる
Mari
かわからんけど。
that she has as well.
マリのお家へ帰っていいってこと？
うん。
どうして？
確かに。なんでやろ。多分アホやから。
アホ？
アホでおもろいやつは好きや。
What the hell?
リサ様、あれは。
あの子の心が私たちを救う光になる。
What the hell? Look at the color.
なら早く見つけて私たちを本当の
I mean,
愛を。
there's no way this isn't going to end in Yuri, right? Like, come on.
お父様が、連絡も取れなくて、他のご家族も皆さん。
Who is she calling? Like, to know this information. Oh.
どうかどうかよろしくお願いします終わったぞ。
That's really
あ
fun.
りがとう、ゴンちゃん。
高くつくからな。
どういうことか全然わからないわ。まだここにいていいってこと？
お前がボロを出さなければな。
マリ、これ食べて。
これも。これあんたの金で買うたんちゃうやろ。
これすごく美味しいわ。なんていうの？口の中でほどけるっていうか。ほらマリもこんなの初めて食べたわ。海の中にはこんなものなかったわ。
Nice. Man, that was a great app. I know I went into this expecting more like episodic sort of focus on other on certain characters or stories, but this was a more Mari focused episode. We kind of had Lara last episode, Mari this one. Obviously we had Lara as well in here, but we've kind of had both of them now sort of accept each other, and we've established this dynamic between them now, and Lara being able to stay there. So maybe now we can get into some different stuff. But yeah, there's been a lot of, I don't know if discourse is the right word, about whether this is going to be Yuri. I know there was an interview with, I think it was the director. It was a little vague. It's that sort of answer of, oh, I wanted to portray Yuri that isn't like Yuri, like more than Yuri. Like it's a bit of a vague answer. It can very much mean, it won't be explicit, At the same time, it can also mean that it will be. It doesn't really give a straight answer. Excuse me. But I think this show would be incredibly cruel to bait us at this point with some of the stuff they said. Obviously, we had the was it episode 1? No, it's the end of episode 2, where she's reminiscing on finding her true love, and it cuts to Mari. This one was even more like explicit with it, with the Mari sort of accepting her, and then that thing coming out of the water, the sort of the light coming up, and then showing both of them in the same frame, being like, find your true love. And the thing is, it's not like I went into this show expecting like Yuri, and in terms of the level of how explicit I want that sort of stuff to be, it doesn't bother me that much. But there's certain things you can't lead on with in the show and not follow up on. Because something like Hibike, for example, I love Hibike. It's probably my favorite anime. That isn't the main focus of the show. That sort of relationship between Kumiko and Reina, there's a lot more going on in the show, and it's a show about the band, essentially. Kumiko trying to win gold with the band, like on a fundamental level, obviously. This show is about a mermaid trying to find true love. There's a difference between the two premises there, and what is being shown in the story and what they can actually follow up on. That like this is what the show is. It's about finding true love. Hibike wasn't about finding love or anything like that. So I'm expecting it to get explicit. I wouldn't be disappointed if it doesn't, but I would be a bit like, not irked, but just a bit. There'd be no reason not to, essentially. Especially when they're setting it up this hard. But I think either way, I don't think you should go into shows like solely expecting that sort of explicit Yuri sort of aspect, especially when this show was never really advertised to even be that. That's just me personally. I think a lot of people get too hung up on how explicit these things are and how these relationships are portrayed. I think something like Revue Starlight, despite the relationships not being like, oh, I'm with her, or we're girlfriends and we're together, it doesn't do that. The amount of stuff that it portrays in the relationship in like the fights and the performances is more than enough. Similar with Hibike and Liz and the Bluebird, that sort of, when these things are portrayed through performance, is much more than enough for me. But obviously this show isn't something that can do that, because it's not, there's no performance to be done unless they sort of pivot in one way or another. But yeah, I don't think you should go into shows expecting that and getting disappointed when it doesn't, but you should be rightfully sort of, when the show's sort of setting up in this sort of vein, there's an expectation that they're setting now, that rightfully you can be disappointed in if it isn't fulfilled. But not that it would take anything away from other aspects of the show and their relationship in general, Mari and Lara. Like, it doesn't need that, oh, I love you too, we're girlfriend and girlfriend. How it doesn't need that to have that relationship be impactful and important. But obviously that sort of representation is absolutely welcome in this day and age. It's not every day you get a show like that. Well, we are getting much more Yuri anime that more frequently, that are more well produced. Having a show like this, an anime original at that, go down that route would be really nice. But yeah, this episode's gorgeous. Might be my favourite directed ep. I think maybe the first ep might be my favourite looking ep, because there was just more interesting set pieces there that they could have fun with, like colour wise, and there was just a lot. It was very grand, that first episode, very cinematic. This one, just, I don't know, like from even when you just saw this, like, I don't know, the colouring here is so interesting, and the line work, like having it all sort of blend, and just the flat colours like the sky there is really cool. Yeah, more Mary Fuchs. She's a star, like she's well known, like gets lots of views within the boxing sort of sphere and the community. Really cool. Obviously the reference. Is it Ashita no Joe, or am I did I get that wrong? Yeah, I think it is. I'm pretty sure it is. I know is there 2 boxing anime? Ippo, that's the other one. Hajime no Ippo and Ashita no Joe. Obviously a Megalobox, more modern one. Yeah. So it's a reference to one. I don't know which one, but I know how important both of these anime are, obviously. Yeah, in a Mary Focus episode, we get more about her mother. I really like the way we integrated the backstory, though. Lara in the corner, she's so silly. I love her so much. I wish I knew what that said, because it's probably like maybe a funny gag. But yeah, just seeing her being like overwhelmed by all of this stuff and just do stupid things because she doesn't know the consequences of them. And I had the impression after that first scene at the start that she would end up following her and going to school in some way. And she's really cute as a kid, and you can tell she doesn't fight for no reason. It was clear that maybe they were bullying this kid or something like that, or they said something mean. Obviously fighting isn't the best way to go about it, but she has like a strong sense of what's right and wrong, maybe. I love the mum's design, she's really pretty. And they're very cute, just this whole like dynamic and the way it's written, the way we keep coming back and forth to it. It's really well done. It was a great way to show us her relationship with her mother and, again, what happened to her without it being like this sort of like big melodramatic backstory, like overdone sort of thing, if you get what I mean. I can't believe she like made the whole apartment wet. That's so funny. But look at the drawings, man. Like, look at that. Like the line work in the eyes, and just everything is gorgeous, man. It's like, it's the kind of drawings that you see in a one-off shot in shows as like a gag, like when characters get serious and they do like a really detailed close-up, but the characters always look this good. Like, they always look like the characters never look off model, anything like that. It's just funny, Lara talking to the fucking Alexa, basically, and just ordering all this stuff because it's so easy to. I love this scene of when she says she wants to do boxing, but she's hung up on obviously what she said. I love what she said. What she said is,
自分のマリー、お母さんが一番嫌いなんはな。大事な時に目そらす子や。
That's such a great line, man. Like, when it was building up to it, I was expecting her to say people who aren't true to themselves, but for a kid, that doesn't, like, what does that mean? Who like, it doesn't mean much to a kid. The saying, she doesn't like kids who look away when it's important the most. that's something more like tangible, even though it is still quite an abstract idea. It's more tangible to a kid to, if there is something that they're passionate about, they think about a lot, to look forward and face it head on and think about it and go for it if it's something they're interested in. I love that. Like that single line, just obviously in general the mother seemed really interesting and fun, but that line just like sold me on everything about her character and how she was raised and how she raised Mary even. I love this. Just moping makes her feel better because it's just more natural. It's such a funny scene. I like this scene as well with like the flowers out of her hair and the hair like all. It reminds me of something. I know there's been a lot of shows that do this sort of thing. It kind of portrays like this. A character is quite beautiful but also trapped and entangled in her own actions, that sort of thing, but also the beauty of all of that at the same time, if that makes any sense. But I've seen lots of other stuff do that sort of thing before. She says leave and then she packs the essential. I didn't notice. Yeah, they didn't show the hot chocolate again because she got it when she bumped into her brother, I assume. But what? Only the essentials that fucking plant the cake and whatever that is. Like, she's so stupid, man. I love her. I like this from the coach as well, having them fight and say only one of you, just to get them fired up and get them sort of have that competitive drive between each other that's more healthy. I do enjoy just like side characters having that like charm to them. Like we probably were barely ever going to see him again, but that sort of decision is really fun. I can't believe he took her to school as well. That's funny. I love just Maui like being like the animation here was awesome. Like all the smears and the movement, it's all really strong. Like look at that, really cool. But just Maui being like so focused and being like thinking about all these things. And then she's so like a one-track mind almost, especially when she's boxing here, it seems. And I wasn't sure what this was what this meant, but I realised, and then it obviously cut to the necklace and her collapsing at a match, like and it's like, yeah, understandably, and then I really enjoy the constant pummeling that she receives, obviously in the fight, and then in her mind while she's thinking about all these things, and while all the other sound, like everything going on, it's just too overwhelming. And then, of course, Lara comes to save the day. This is really fun. Her jumping over. I want to watch this again. With her eyes closed as well. It's really cute. It's really sweet. It's really endearing. Like, I like the expression on Mari's face here as well. I don't know. It's really nice. And obviously, Lara returning this, like, it's a great, just 2 episodes like of worth of sort of angst even between the two of them, and it concluding in this manner, and then we get the scene at the end. I love this line as well. Keep your eyes on me. Such a classic, like, hero line, having that like side profile turning and being like, yeah, keep your eyes on me to the. I love that. It's so fun. This scene was crazy. So they're just talking now. Yeah, Lara can't leave, obviously. And obviously Mari accepts her. She's like, yeah, I don't know, maybe I'm dumb and like funny characters like you. And then we get this. I wasn't sure how real this was. Like, was this an actual thing that was happening at the moment, or more sort of representation of like feelings? And obviously this, without having this revelation, or these words really like hitting Lara and resonating with her. I mean, the blush, that's the first time I think we've seen her blush like that, even remotely. So like, yeah, she finds the other ring. I didn't really pick up on that right away, but she finds the ring that Lara lost originally. I love the colour change here. It's like gorgeous, the colours, man. Like, yeah, Lara, please hurry and find your true love. And it's just them two. Like, come on. Like, there's no way. There's just no way that it doesn't happen, you know? Or I don't know. We'll see. It's a great show, though. This is, yeah, a fun little way to get around that thing as well. Cute. Love that as well. Man, that's a great episode. This show's really cool. I'm kind of just glad above all that this show's more than just, hey, look at this cool aesthetic, this like 90s anime aesthetic with these colours that pop and these cool designs. It's more than that. It's not like, obviously it would detract from the show if it didn't look like that, but the show could still work if it didn't have these designs. But it's both. We get two cakes here with the show, and they're both amazing. Man, and it's also just cool that, like, people have said in the comments as well, but just being an anime original, we're all in like the same boat here. We have no idea what's going to happen. We're all like theorizing on the same amount of knowledge. But yeah, man, this show is awesome. 3 episodes in, and people are watching. I'm surprised people are watching the reactions as well. They're getting the same amount of views as, even more than the Bang Dreamy Memito ones, which is surprising to me. A welcome surprise. So I'm glad people are here enjoying the reactions and wanting to. It's just nice seeing other people, like, knowing that there's other people watching this show, and obviously it's going to be one of those more underappreciated shows of the season, though it is sort of picking up a bit of traction on social media because of the Yuri and obviously the aesthetics that should sell you on it instantly, to be honest. But yeah, awesome episode, great time with this one. Yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next week for episode 4.